Hello, welcome to the Trafalgar Community Service student login page. You are a student, so you are going to enter your first name, last name, and your password. This is not a real student. Sally, test student. And her password would be welcome, S, test student. You put in welcome, and then the first initial, and then the last name. Once you've done that, press OK. It will bring you to a page that'll have all of your community service hours already on it. If you get here and there's nothing here, it means there are no community service hours entered for you into the database. You can change your password. Click change password, it brings you here, you type in the new password and you press save. Something new, and I press save, and it brings you right back. You have the number of hours you've done, an outline of what it is you did, whether it was done in French or not, the start date, when the community service took place, and the end date, last time you did community service for these people. For every organization, you should only have one row. You shouldn't have the organization making a new row over and over and over again each time, unless you're doing something completely different for that organization. You have start date, end date, the organization's name, the first name of the person, last name of the person, and whether your parents have signed off on this or not. So your parents need to validate this. Notice you can't click on this or whether it was done in French or not. You can't change those values. The only person who can change the parent value is your parent, and the only person who can change whether it was done in French or English would be the organization themselves. You can scroll up and down. It tells you a total number of hours, how many of those hours were in French, and how many records you have, like how many different rows you have. There's a help video. If you click on it, you'll see this video. You could make a record. You could also send me an email. Contact us. We'll send an email to me if something's not working. Change password. We've already talked about. Make a record. You can make a record. Click on here. It brings you to your page, the community service page, student record construction. We're going to make a new record over here, and you can scroll through these as well. You would find the organization that you did work for. Check very carefully. It's alphabetical by the organization's name here, by the third column, the organization's name. Let's say you did work for Frankenstein, for the Monster Factory. All of that information is put up here. What happens if your organization isn't here? You can fill all this in for them. That will register them to the database. Let's say you were working for Susan Murphy, and her email was my email. And the organization was Murphy's Law Office. Let's say you did 6 hours of work for them. You would describe what it is that you did for them. Say whether it was done in French or not. If it was, you click on that. Then the date. Let's say you started on the 8th and you did 6 hours. Let's say you ended on the 18th. Then you're going to notice you have a submit, delete, cancel. You can press submit, and you're submitting it for approval. Click the submit button, get a little tiny warning saying, Susan Murphy from Murphy's Law Office with email has been registered. Your record has also been submitted to Murphy's Law Office for approval. These two things happen when you press the submit button. If the person did not exist in our database, press OK. What will happen is you will receive an email at this point. Here's the email. Hello, Sally. Susan Murphy from Murphy's Law Office has sent a notification of the community service record that you just created. It's just telling you this is what Susan is going to receive. The date, the outline, that it was done in French, and then it says keep up the great work and have an excellent day. Also, Susan Murphy will receive an email as well. Hello, Susan. Sally, test student, has just registered you and your organization into the Trafalgar Community Service System. The following is what has been recorded. Your name, Susan Murphy. Your email. Your organization, Murphy's Law Office. And also, Sally test student has 6 hours of community service pending. It's waiting for Susan's approval. The date and the outline is this. It was done in French. Please click on the link to the Trafalgar Community Service Organization page to validate Sally test student's community service record. Thank you and have an excellent day. Susan would click on this link, and when she does, she is brought to a page that looks like this, with all of her information already put in. All she has to do is press OK, and that will bring her to your record, the pending record. It is pending until she presses validate. She can edit the hours, outline, whether it was done in French, the start date, end date. Then she can validate. Once she presses validate, she is brought back to here, the page where she can enter more data. Once she presses save, you will receive notification. Your notification will be an email that looks like this, describing the community service record. Down here it says, have a parent go to the parent page and sign off on the hours of community service. They will also receive an email. So they'll receive an email with a link. You get a link as well, and if you click on this link, it'll just bring you to your page with all your information filled in. You just press OK, then it'll bring you to your page with all of your records. We can see the one that was just made. Sally prepared legal work for homeless people. Notice the parent hasn't signed off. You can't click on this bot. You also can't click on the French box. I mean, you can click on it, it just won't change anything. You can see all of this stuff, and you can see that your hours have changed and everything. The next step is your parents will receive an email that'll look similar. Hello, Biff. Susan Murphy from Murphy's Law Office has just recorded 6 hours community service for Sally test student at this date. The outline is right here. It was done in French. We know the number of hours. Please go to the Trafalgar Community Service parent page to sign off on the 6 hours of community service. Have an excellent day. They would click on that. It would bring them to the parent page. Then they press OK, and it brings them to all of your records. So here's the record. Your parents can click on this box, and when they do, it saves. See, it's saved here. They can also see your total number of hours, how many hours were done in French, and the number of records. If they get stuck, they can click on the help video. If that doesn't help, they can always contact me by clicking on the contact us button. If you have any questions, come and see me or email me. You can click on one of the contact us buttons. If something doesn't work the way you think it should work, let me know. Have a good day.